I'm here with Jason Aster from KBA. His company does lease audits. I've known KBA for 30 years, 35 years or so. They're really the premier out there. And the way I'd say is I met the founder's daughter once, and the founder's daughter once said to me, when my dad used to take me in the city, we would drive up and down Park Avenue, and he would say, this is how I paid for first grade in this building. This is how I paid for fourth grade in this building. This is how I paid for 9 through 12 for private school. And this is how I paid for college at NYU. I want to ask you, Jason, before we go into your credentials, where did you grow up? Where are you from?
My whole family is from the New York area. At an early age, they for Virginia. So I actually grew up in central Virginia, right around the Richmond area. And I guess it stuck because I went to undergrad and law school in Virginia as well. But I've lived in Virginia, Colorado, California, New York, Washington, D.C. And I settled here. I'm outside of New York City, probably 30 miles away from you in Westchester.
So how did you get to KBA? It's not a traditional, I would think a CPA.
Yeah, how much time do you have? I was the last first year class at a law firm called Thatcher, Proffitt and Wood in 2008 and 2009. You know this because you're a student of both real estate and finance. A lot of people don't know the Thatcher Proffitt entity was largely responsible for the creation of structured finance. And so, as coming out of law school, you don't really know what that means. You just see a big paycheck and everybody seems to be having a good time. So, I'll try this. Structured finance seems like a great thing. So 2008 and 2009 was the time of the planet to be in structured finance. It actually collapsed Thatcher along with a lot of other, New York City area. I was a first year and I lost my job. Interesting dovetail into our last conversation about whether you should pay your debt off or not. I owned an apartment in the city. I had a girlfriend I was putting through college and I had no job and no real savings. So I spent 12 to 18 months doing odd jobs, working for small law firms, tutoring on the LSAT and helping people write their pre-law exams and everything else. And I actually met Mark Batesh, the founder of KBA's oldest daughter, because I tutored her in the LSAT. And I had to take probably the hardest thing I've had to do. I went to Mark, who I'd never met, and I told him he should stop paying me to tutor Lauren because I don't think law school is the right fit for her. And she's brilliant, but I think she was certainly more along the sort of artistic creative side. And that's where I thought she'd go. And he respected that. And I think Lauren liked my teaching style. And Mark said, hey, do you want to come help me grow this consulting service that does this thing called lease audits, which he apparently coined in the 80s. And I had nothing else going. So I said, sure. And that was 15 years ago. But here we are.